Hi everyone, I'm Susan, the Education Manager at the Sacramento History Museum, and today we are celebrating Earth Day. And what better way to do that than by learning a little bit about your community and the things that have happened here. So behind me is the American River. It's in this very river that gold was first discovered upriver a little bit at Sutter's Mill in 1848, and that's the event that sparked the California gold rush and brought thousands of people to California hoping to make their fortunes. Now when the people came here, they had a lot of different ways that they could mine for gold, and one of those ways was called hydraulic mining. We're going to talk about that way today. With hydraulic mining, you use a water cannon that shoots high pressure water at a mountainside or a cliff face, and it ends up washing away all of the sediment, the rock, the debris, the earth, the soil, that sort of thing, away from the mountainside, and hopefully within that soil is a few ounces of gold. But these few ounces of gold came at a really high price to the environment. Entire mountainsides and cliffsides were washed away, and all of that dirt and silt and debris ended up going into nearby creeks and rivers, and actually getting rid of some of the creek beds that existed there, and therefore getting rid of the habitat for a lot of wildlife, a lot of the fish and natural wildlife that lived there. Some of the silt ended up in the nearby rivers like the American, the Sacramento, the Yuba, and it caused these rivers to have feet of silt actually build up at the bottom, raising the height of the river and causing flooding over on mainly farmlands, and it would ruin the fields for these farmers so that they could no longer farm in them, or they would be too flooded, or they'd be too full of not very good soil. But the farmers didn't want to just take this, right? At the time, mining was the big industry in California. And so when the farmers went to the mining companies to ask them to stop, this was in the 1880s, their pleas fell on deaf ears. The mining company didn't want to hear it, didn't have time for it. So the farmers ended up going to their legislators instead at the state capitol, which was Sacramento. And the legislators debated, and finally in January 1884, the Sawyer decision was passed outlawing hydraulic mining forever. And it was after that that farming really became the more important industry in this area of California. The effects of hydraulic mining can still be seen today. Entire ecosystems were washed away at that time, and serves as a reminder, even 130 years later, that it's up to the concerned citizens, you and me, to advocate for your river's health. So the next time that you go to a river or a lake, make sure that you leave nothing behind, and maybe even try and leave it nicer than how you found it, so that in another 130 years, people can still be enjoying the same place. Thank you everybody, and happy Earth Day.